Okay, good evening, everyone. So today we are going to start session 4, day 4 seminar today on behalf of Solar Education Office Gampa. Today we are going to discuss programming part that is related to grade 11 first unit. So when you are taking the programming part, actually it is the most important and most difficult part for the student, right? So, but if we can learn this from the beginning, it will be very easy. And the other thing is you will be getting more than, now if you take MCQs, you will be getting around 3 or 4 MCQs and essay type question and structure part, right? So many marks are getting from this unit. So you can't just neglect this and go, right? So because of that, we have to learn this somehow, right? So now I am going to start from the beginning. Now this session will be like containing 2 or 3 days because I'm going to discuss programming part for 2 or 3 days, basically 2 days actually. I thought of doing like that because I'm not going to quickly go through that because most of the students have sent me a message that they are like having problems with this unit, right? Okay, so when we are starting, when you take the, there's something called now problem solving. When you take problem solving, you have to identify input, process, and output of any problem, right? So when you get a problem, you have to identify what are the input of that, what are the process of that, and what are the output of that. Now, when you take as an example, if you take I need to find out getting two numbers and adding them together and showing the total. That is my problem. So when you take that kind of a problem, input will be two numbers. We don't know what are the numbers, right? So, but input will be two numbers. Process is addition. You have to add them together, addition. And output will be total, right? So that is the main or first thing that you should know about problem solving, right? So when you get a problem, you should be able to understand what is the input, what is the process, and what is the output. So I took one example. Now I'm not going to take so many examples. I took one example. My problem is when you get two numbers, I need to display total of them. So what is the input of that? Two numbers. We can't put 5, 10 and all that because we don't know the numbers, right? Then process is addition. Where you have to add them together, right? Then output is the total. So this is the basic thing that you have to understand when you get a problem. Then when you get a problem, when you are going to solve that, you can have different types of solutions. Different types of solutions. Those are called alternative solutions. Alternatives, right? Now I will take one example which is in your book actually. When you take a rectangle, you have, I'll take X. This is Y, right? And I am asking to find out the perimeter. To find out the perimeter, one of you can tell, okay, sir, we have to add X plus Y plus Y. So that is also correct. Again, someone else can tell 2 into X plus 2 into Y. So that is also correct. Another one can tell 2 into X plus 1. That is also correct. Now, when you take the same problem, you have three different way of getting that, three different way of solving that. So that is known as alternative solution. When you get a problem, if you have different types of ways of making the solution or solve that, So those solutions are called alternatives, right? So that is the second thing that you have to understand from this session, from this unit, alternative solutions. Then I'll go to the next part. Now, when you take solving any problem, the steps to solve, you are following some steps to solve that problem. So that is called algorithm, right? Algorithm. So algorithm can be defined two different ways. One is graphical way flowchart. Other one textual way, pseudocode, right? So I told you, you can solve any problem. When you are solving that problem, you have to follow some steps. Those steps are called algorithm. That algorithm can be classified flowchart or pseudocode. Flowcharts are known as graphical representation of the algorithm. Pseudocode is known as text way or textual way of showing the algorithm, right? So this is the third thing that you should know. Then when you take flowchart or pseudocode, this algorithm can have three different methods. That is called control structures. One is sequence. Sequence means when you are trying to solve a problem, you are following some steps. Those steps are called algorithm. That steps are going one after another. That steps are going one after another. That is called sequence. So if I take example, finding area of rectangle. So what you have to do first, you have to take the input. I will come to that again by taking some example, right? So finding area of rectangle, you have to take inputs width and length. Then you have to multiply them together. Then you can find the area. So your steps are going one after another, one after another. First step, then second, third, like that. You are going one after another. You can't jump from 1 to 3 like that, right? So if your algorithm is going, your steps are executing one after another, that is called sequence, right? Then you have another thing that is called, take a sequence, I will keep it here. Second one is selection. So selection means you have to check with the condition. If the condition is true, you are doing something. If the condition is false, you are doing something else. Now, if you take marks, if it is greater than 35, your marks greater than 35, you will be passing the exam. Otherwise, that means if it is less than, I will take less greater than or equal 35, pass. Otherwise, you are going to fail the exam, right? You are going to fail the exam. So here, there's a condition. You have a condition. If the condition is true, you are showing my condition is checking marks greater than 35. If it is greater than 35, you are going to show pass. Otherwise, you are going to show fail, right? So you have a condition. If the condition true, you are doing something. If else, that means if the condition is false, you are doing something else. So that is called selection. Selection. Then you have something called repetition. or iteration. Two words, same meaning, repetition, no iteration. That means you are doing something again and again until a condition true or until a condition false here, right? So I'll take a small example. When you are taking your attendance mark in each and every day you are in school, attendance are marked by the teacher. So when you take attendance, like teacher reading the name, read the name, then mark 0, 1. Again what? Read the name, mark. Like that. This is what is happening. This part again and again, doing again and again until a condition. What is your condition? Until number of students reach the number of students. So if you have 40 students, teacher has to do that part 40 times, right? So that means you are taking the reading the name and marking 0 or 1. Again reading the name. So same thing doing again and again, but not infinite loop. It will be stopped where when it reaches the number of students in the classroom, right? So same thing doing again and again, that is called repetition. So these three control structures you have to understand, right? So we'll see how we can do this stuff with some algorithms, flowchart and pseudocode. So I will share one. Okay, right? Now I think you can see this. So when you take flowcharts and pseudocodes, you have standard symbols and standard words, right? Standard symbols and standard words. Now here you can see when you take start to end, you have to show this kind of a symbol. Now if you draw something else, different things, you don't get marks. Remember that, right? You can draw what you want, right? I have seen some papers that the student have drawn different types of symbols, but you don't get marks. You have to put the correct symbol. If it is input to output, you have to put the same symbol here. Process, you are doing something. Decisions, we'll see how we are going to use this stuff. Flow direction, your data flowing which direction. Connectors, now these connectors are not using all the time because when you are if you don't have space when you are drawing the flow chart, if you don't have space, only if you are going to second page, only you need to have connector. You have to connect from which part to which part is connecting. As example, if you are doing something like this, here you don't have space, you put a connector, and here you have to put connector, and you are starting from here. So these two are showing that these two places are connected. That is called connector. Actually, it is not using all the time, right? It is not using all the time. Then when you take pseudocode part, begin to indicate the beginning, end to indicate an end, input, read, get to indicate an input. So no need to have only the input word. It can have read, get, right? That is also correct. Then when you are showing something, output, display, and show. All these words are correct. Maybe you can put print even. Print even, okay, yeah? Print. Then when you are writing the process, you can write a process or calculate, but this is not compulsory. This is not compulsory to write, but other things you have to write. Then selection, if you are showing a selection, if then else end if is there. If then else end if, I will see how we are going to use them for different questions. Then when you are using repetition, the third control structure which I discussed, you have for, while, repeat until. So most of the students are having problem with this part, how we are going to find out. How we are going to find out whether there's a repetition? That is the problem most of the students have, right? Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Okay, now my question is, now sequence means steps are running one after another. So my example is input 2 number and find total. Now I told you, your steps are going one after another. That is called sequence. We'll see how to draw this kind of a thing. Now you can input number 1, number 2, total equal number 1 plus number 2. Then you display the total and stop. Your steps are going one after another, one after another. So that is called sequence. Now here, I have taken input number 1, number 2. So someone else can take input XY as numbers, right? But don't use only input XY. So XY means there's no mean. When you put XY as numbers, that means you can understand, okay, X and Y are the numbers I have to insert or I have to input. Just if you put just input XY, nobody can understand what you mean by X, what you mean by Y. So it is better to give meaningful words. Now here, someone else can take input A, B as numbers, doesn't matter. But you cannot use two numbers as example, input 5, 10. That is wrong because in the question, we are not giving any numbers. And this flowchart and pseudo codes are common for any two numbers that you have to understand. අපිට කිසිම number එකක් දෙන්න බෑ. මේ flowchart pseudo code කියලා කියන්නේ this is the basic of program. ඔයා O level වල ඉගෙන ගන්නවා Pascal when it comes to if you are doing A level ICT you are learning Python. So whatever the Java, C, C++, whatever the language is, the basic algorithm will be developed by the flowchart and pseudocode. So without learning flowchart and pseudocode, it is difficult to learn any other language, any programming language, because you cannot understand how the algorithm is working. So this is the best way to define the algorithm. So my algorithm is what? You are taking two numbers, adding them together and displaying the total, right? So because of that, this is common for each and every number. If you take 5, 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, your output will be coming. So because of that, you cannot take any specific number. This should be common, right? So that's why I have taken in one, number 2, XY, doesn't matter, right? So you can see the pseudocode now. Begin, input number 1, number 2, process. I have put the process. It is not compulsory, right? Total equal number 1, number 2 equal, okay. Then display total. Then end. Now here, if you put display total within inverted comma, I have put it at the end, right here, right? So if you put display total, that is totally wrong. Why is that? Total means we are not going to display the word, total word. We are going to display what is inside the total. Total variable value. So don't put inverted comma. If you put inverted comma, that is wrong. And the other thing I have seen, some student now here you are finding total. But when it comes to the here, you display only T. Something like this. That is also wrong because you are finding something here. The same thing should be shown here. You can't put any other variable names, right? So remember those stuff. Now I think you can understand what is sequence. Sequence කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක මම හිතන්නේ. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පැහැදිලි ඇති. අපි ගොඩාක් example කරන්න යන්නේ because you have done something, right? You have done something. So I think this will be helpful to this type of same type of questions are coming for the sequence part, right? Sequence means your steps are going one after another. You don't have any selection. You don't have any condition, right? Nothing to check. So you can understand that is a sequence, right? Then if you go to next one. Next one, input length, width, and find area and the perimeter. Okay, right? So here also, again, another sequence part. You input length and width of a rectangle and find the area and the perimeter. So input length and width. I have put length and width. Someone else can take length and width as x and y. Doesn't matter, right? Area I am multiplying length and width. Then peri I have taken the word called peri. It doesn't matter, perimeter, p, doesn't matter. 2 into length plus width. Now you can understand here. I have taken one of the alternative solution which I discussed earlier. So you have different types of alternative solutions. One of that you can take. It doesn't matter. You can take anything, right? It is not going to affect for your marks. Then you display the area and the peri. Now what I have found here, peri, the word peri will be the same thing here. I'm not using the perimeter word here because I have assigned the value to the variable called peri. So I am showing the same thing, right? So this is another sequence type of program, pseudocode and flowchart. Okay, then we'll go to the next one. Selection. Statements will be executed according to the condition. So input age of a person. And if it is greater than 20, display adult, otherwise display child. Now you have to think, okay, if it is greater than, that is a condition. Okay, then you have to show adults, otherwise you are going to display child, right? Now here I am using a condition box. That is the difference. Age, my condition is age greater than 20. If it is yes, I'm going to display adult. Otherwise I'm going to display child. If you input age, 15 kilo, what will happen? If I give 15, what will happen? Method now. So age will be 15. Is it greater than 20? No. You have yes side and no side. So according to my flow chart, it is going to the no side and display child. Now other thing is, now there's no specific or rule to put yes to the horizontal and no to vertical. There's no rule, such a rule like that. You can put no here, doesn't matter. If it is no here, you have to put yes here. So what you are going to show also should be exchange, should be swap, right? If you are using no and yes, the other, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to check whether your program is working proper. That's all. No rule to put yes and no in a specific place. Then if I put age as 20, according to the my program, what will be the output? So if I put 20, so 20, I'm checking my condition is 20 greater than 20, right? If it is greater than 20, 20 greater than 20, no, it is not greater than, it is equal, but I'm not checking that. I'm checking whether it's greater than 20. So it is not greater than, so it is going to the child, displaying child, right? So that is the other thing. We'll see that that is called trace table. When you get a input, when you get a value, how you are going to find out the answers. That will be discussed later, right? So this is selection part. So pseudocode also, you can see now, input age. If age greater than 20, then display adult, else display child, end if. Now, most of the students have missed this part, right? Miss this part. Don't miss this part, then you don't get marks, right? If age greater than 20, then the word then is compulsory here, right? Then the word then is compulsory, right? Then else, display child, end if. Else is just like no, or no pattern. So make condition එක true නම් තමයි මේක වෙන්නේ condition false, this will display child. And end if and begin will be end here, right? So this is a selection, very simple selection program. Okay, then we'll see another one. Input marks of a student, and if it is greater than 75, display good. Greater than or equal 50, display work hard. Otherwise, display bad. Now here you have several conditions. What is the first condition? You are checking marks greater than 70. If it is yes, I'm going to this side and display good. If it is no, I can't display work hard or bad. I have to check again marks greater than 50. If it is greater than 50, greater than or equal, greater than or equal. If it is 50 even, you will be getting work hard message. Otherwise, you are getting message called bad, right? So there are two different selection I have used here, right? Now, when it goes to the pseudo code, now you can see if marks greater than 75, then display good. Else, if marks greater than 50, display work hard. Else, display bad. And ending. I have seen some students are thinking without else even this is okay. Without else even this is okay. That is totally wrong, right? Totally wrong. Why I am telling like that? Now, as example, I am giving marks as 80, right? So I will go to the previous one. ඔහොම තියෙද්දි මම ලකුණු 80යි කියලා දෙන්න. ඒකට එයා මෙතනට එනවා. 80 80 greater than 75 නේ. හරිනේ. එහෙනම් එයා good එක පෙන්නනවා. Right? No problem. It will show the good. ඒකට else එකට පයින්නවාද? Else means if it is not. If the first condition is false only, you are going to the else part. Else part එකට යන්නේ first condition එක false වුණොත් විතරයි. So is it going to the else part? No. එතකොට මේවා මුකුත් පෙන්නන්නේ නැහැ, ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. good කියලා පෙන්නුවා program එක ඉවර වුණා. Right? Now think like this. දැන් මේක සමහර ළමයි දාන්නේ else part එක දාන්නේ. මේක දාන්නේ නැතුව මම දැකලා තියෙනවා සමහරු මෙහෙම උගන්වනවත් එක්ක. Right? මෙහෙම දාලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට I am giving 80. ඔන්න දැන් ලකුණු 80 දුන්නා. Right? දුන්නාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? මෙතනට එනවා. It is greater than 75. Display good. I මෙතන තියෙන්නේ else if එකක් නෙවෙයි. You have if. If you have if condition, several if condition, all these if conditions are executed. So else එකක් දැම්මොත් විතරයි නෙවෙයි නම් එන්නේ එතනට. If you are trying to put if several if condition, all the if conditions are running. All the if conditions are running. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? If marks greater than 50. 80 කියන්නේ 50ට වඩා වැඩිනේ. එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? එයා මේකත් පෙන්න. මේකට එන්නේ නැහැ. But it will show good and work hard both. So that's totally wrong. You don't get marks. ඒ නිසා මතක තියාගන්න. Some questions you need to have several if conditions. Some scenarios, some questions you need to have if, else, if, and all. Right? So it depends on the question. If you need to check again and again same condition, you need to have if. But if you need to only check only one condition out of several, you need to have else. Remember that. Okay. Then we'll go to the next one. Repetition, iteration. Statements are executing until condition true or false. Now this is the bit difficult part for the student, right? So your condition, according to the condition, this is what, right? Now according to my question, I need to display numbers from 1 to 10. Right? 1 to 10. So I will write something here. This is called trace table. I have put another trace table here. N equal 1 at the beginning. So it is coming downwards and checking whether n less than or equal 10. Now n, what is the value? 1. 1 is less than 10. Yes, it is going to yes side and display. N means 1 will be displayed. Now n equal n plus 1. N is 1. 1 plus 1, new n become 2. And we have 2 කියලා හැදෙනවා. So 2 එක. Now n less than 10 means 2 less than 10. Yes. In a game, we can 2 or 3, 4 like that. It go up to the 10. 10 less than or equal. Because of the equal mark, 10 also will be displayed and 11 will be created. N equal n plus 1 කිව්වම මොකද වෙන්නේ? 11 කියන අගයක් හැදෙනවා. But when it comes to the condition, එයා බලනවා less than or equal 10 ද නැහැ. එහෙනම් එයා no ගිහලා stop වෙනවා. 11 will not be displayed, but it will display from 1 to 10. So that is the basic repetition program that you can understand, right? So starting from 1 to showing numbers from 1 to 10. If I ask you to show numbers from 1 to 1000, only where you have to change. කොතනද change කරන්න ඕන? මෙන්න මෙතන 10 වෙනකොට 1000 දුන්නා නම් 1000 වෙනකම්ම මේ වැඩේ වෙනවා. right? මට පටන් ගන්න ඕනොත් 100 වල ඉඳන් 1000 වලට යන්න. I need to start here 100. So 100 වල ඉඳන් තමයි 1 by 1 add වෙන්නේ. That you have to understand. Very simple, right? Then if I go to the pseudo code, බලන්න pseudo code එක අරකමයි මේ ලියලා තියෙන්නේ. n equal 1 while n less than දැන් බලන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ මෙතන ඉස්සෙල්ලා නම් දැම්මේ when you get this kind of thing we put if condition. දැන් මේ සර් දානවා while එකක්. Why is that? ඒක කොහොමද හොයාගන්නේ? Now you can see when it goes to the yes or no side, you are executing some steps are coming top of that condition. මේ ඔයගලන්ට පේනවා ඇති. මෙතන මේ arrow එකක් මේ condition එකේ උඩට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. right? ඒකට ඔයගලන්ට පේනවා මේ part එක දිහා බැලුවම මේ මෙහෙම කැරකෙනවා. right? It is repeating, it is iteration. right? ඔයගලා ලොකු flow chart එකක් ආවත් කමන්නේ. You check from the whatever the end එකේ ඉඳන් ආයි උඩට එනවාද කියලා බලන්න. If it is coming like that, that whole part is repeating. මෙතන තව මොන හරි තව if you get some more statement even doesn't matter. That means those all the steps are repeating again and again until this condition. So that's how you find out whether there's a if condition or while repeat until or whole repetition. අපි දැන් මෙහෙම මුලින්ම හොයාගමු මෙහෙම selection or repetition එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා හොයාගන්නේ. So after finding okay there's a repetition, you can have different types of pseudo codes. එකක් තමයි while loop. When you're using while, when the condition true, until the condition true, it is working. If the condition is false, it will exit from the loop. Then method n equal 1. So 1 is less than 10. So condition is true. Make a to devil n n become 2. 2 less than 10 condition true. Condition true and a make a vadakarane. This is working until the condition true. Right? Make a mamadanava repeat until. Make the difference make a godak lamine therein. Make a hurry to therum gun. The difference between while and repeat until is while is working when the condition true. Make condition true on the method way. Repeat again. Condition now n greater than 10 the kila balan. Now n at the beginning 1. Display n 1 n equal n plus 1 n become 2. Is it greater than 10? No. Condition is false. So in repeat until it will work until the condition false. When the condition true, then make a 11 which මෙයා මෙතනින් අයින්. No quite difference. So while loop condition true, it is working. Repeat until condition true, it will exit from the loop. Right? Then the other thing is the මම මෙතන මෙහෙම වැඩක් කරනවා. මම 11 දානවා. If I put 11, මොකද වෙන්නේ? Less than or equal 10 then this won't print anything. මොකුත්ම මේ program එකෙන් print වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So I'll put 11 here. මෙතන 11 දානවා. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? It will display 11. N equal n plus 1, it become 12. Now only it is checking the condition. The condition true, exit, but repeat until you have to be very careful. It will repeat or it will work at least one time. whatever the condition is. Condition එක මොනවා වුණොත් it will work at least one time. එකපාරක් හරි අනිවාර්යෙන්ම වැඩ කරනවාම තමයි, right? Then there's another thing called for loop. So for loop you can use when you know how many times it is repeated. So අපිට condition එකක් දීලා මේ වැඩේ කරන්න බෑ. When you are starting the program, දැන් මම මේ program එකට for loop එක දාන්න පුළුවන් because I know I have to start with 1 and it goes up to the 10. So එකකින් දැන් 10 දක්වා යනවා කියලා මම program එක පටන් ගනිද්දි before I start the program I know this is working 10 times. ඒක නිසා මට for loop එක දාන්න පුළුවන්. For loop එක හරි ලේසි. පටන් ගන්න value එක දුන්නා 1 to පටන් ගත්ත 1 to 10. It goes up to 10. 100 ඕන ගණනක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් display. Next 10 means it is going to next. 1 by 1 it is increasing 1 by 1. ඒත් මේ තුන කොහොමද පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ කියලා මම දැම්මොත් මේ විදිහට දාන්නත් පුළුවන් මට. While loop execute until condition true. Repeat until whatever the condition it will execute at least one time. Exit from the loop when the condition is true. For loop use when we know how many times it is going to be repeated before starting the program. දන්නව නම් විතරයි, right? හරි අපි බලමු තව program එකක්. Can understand it better. Input numbers until you enter 0 and display the total. බලන්න, right? So you are taking a number from the user. User ට කියනවා number එකක් දෙන්න. ඔය number එකක් දෙන්න. එයා දෙන number එක 0 නෙවෙයි නම් add වෙවි යනවා. When you give 0 as your input, it will exit from the loop by displaying total at the moment. ඒ දක්වා දීපු numbers ටිකේ total එක කීයද කියලා පෙන්නලා එයා අයින් වෙනවා. So we don't know at what time we are going to give 0. කාටවත් කියන්න බෑ. Because it depend on the user. එක්කෙනෙක් මුලින්ම 0 දෙන්න පුළුවන්. තව එක්කෙනෙක් පහක් numbers 5ක් දීලා 0 දෙන්න පුළුවන්. තව එක්කෙනෙක් numbers 10ක් දීලා 0 දෙන්න පුළුවන්. It depends. So එකයි මම මේ රතු පාටින්ම දාලා තියෙන in red color. You cannot use for loop because we don't know how many times this program is going to be repeated. කී පාරක් මේක repeat වෙනවද කියලා අපි දන්නේ නැහැ කවුරුවත්. ඒක නිසා we cannot use for loop. You can use either while loop or repeat until, right? එතකොට අපි බලමු මේකේ pseudo code එක බැලුවොත් එහෙම බලන්න. දැන් මේකේ අපි නිකන් පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු. At the beginning total is 0. Total is 0. ඒ මුලින්ම total ගන්න. number එකක් ගන්නවා equal 0 ද කියලා බලනවා. No. මම no පැත්ත ආවන්නේ. No පැත්ත මේ පැත්තට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. එකතු කරන number එක you are taking next number like that it goes up to yes වෙච්ච එක මම display කරනවා total එක you will end the program. එතකොට if I need to you can change it. yes පැත්ත අර පැත්තට ගන්න ඕන නම් your condition should be not equal. Not equal to 0 ද කියලා බලන්න වෙනවා. Right? That is also possible. So that's why I told you can adjust these programs according to your wish, right? But to adjust you should know them how to do this. You have to understand මොකද්ද මේකේ වෙන්නේ කියලා තේරුම් ගත්තේ නැත්නම් කවදාවත් මේ programming කියන එක ඉගෙන ගන්න බෑ, right? So you have to understand how it is working. Algorithm you have to understand. But without learning the algorithm you never able to write Pascal programs, right? So මේක අපිට මේ විදිහට ගත්තොත් pseudo code එක බලන්න. I have used while loop. So the pseudo code එකේ මම කිව්වා I am using while loop. While loop is working when the condition is true. දැන් මේක වැඩ කරන්නේ කොහොමද flow chart එක? මේ condition false නම් තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. මේ පේනවනේ. Condition false no පැත්තෙන් වැඩ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. But when it comes to the pseudo code you have to use condition which is true. Condition true නම් තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. ඒක නිසා මට මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? මෙතන මට change කරන්න වෙලා තියෙනවා condition එක. You have to make the condition මේ different. මේ condition එකයි මේක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවා. You can see two different conditions. එතකොට while number not equal 0. එතකොට 0 වුණාම තමයි මෙයා අයින් වෙන්නේ. Not equal 0 නම් තමයි මෙයා වැඩ කරන්නේ. ඒක නිසා තමයි මේ no side එකට ගියේ. Right? So in the pseudo code I have to put the condition as number not equal 0. Then only condition true. On our program number add kara. Then you have to take the second number. Flowchart ke prashnayak naha kelima method giya same thing you can do. But here pseudocode, will it go out of the while loop and take this number? Second number එක මෙහෙම ගන්නවද? නෑ. කොයි වෙලාවකත් එහෙම වෙන්නේ නෑ. So you have to repeat input number. මේක ආපහු මේක ඇතුලේ දාන්න ඕනේ to take the number second number onwards. First number will be taken before the while loop. Then second number onwards you have to take අපි numbers පහක් ගන්නවා කියලා. And second, third වගේ numbers ගන්න නම් you have to show another message to user. මෙන්න input number එක පෙන්නන්න ඕනේ, right? එහෙනම් ඒ වැඩේ කරන්න ඕන නිසා we need to have input number again inside the while loop. While loop එක ඇතුලේ දාන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ when you give 0 it will exit from the loop and display the t. So මම මෙතන පෙන්නන්නම්, right? Not equal කියන එකත් අපිට දාන්න පුළුවන්, මේ විදිහට දාන්නත් පුළුවන් symbol එක නැත්නම් මේ symbols දෙක. මම මේ test data එකක් අරන් තියෙනවා, right? බලන්න test data එක මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. At the beginning t equals 0. මෙන්න this is called trace table. මෙන්න මේක තමයි ගොඩක්ම වැදගත් වෙන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ අර flow chart pseudo code MCQ ප්‍රශ්න ටික කරගන්න. මේ trace table එක, if you can write a trace table for any program, you can find the MCQ answers without any problem. I will show you, right? Mama eka aragena pennanna questions ekka how you can easily do that, right? So here I am taking test data. At the beginning t equals 0 and t එක මම දැම්ම 0. Input number කියද්දි you are given 5. 5 less not t equals 0 years. It will add to the t, and t equals 0 plus number, your total will be 5 on our 5. I input number, when the input number, then you input 7. 7 not equal 0 years, it will add to the total. Now total you have 5. 5 plus 7, you get 12. I method input total, or then 4 not equal 0 years, it will add 16. Again it comes to the input number, or then 0. Then method I method gihilla. Check karna whether number not equal to 0. False. Your condition is false. It will exceed and you will display the t. When me t එක පෙන්නනවා. So t එක at the end, that means now what is the value? Cumulate value 16. Now ඔයාගේ answer එක 16 කියලා වෙනවා. So that is how it is working, right? Okay, that is called trace table. Okay, that's another one. Input numbers until you enter 0 and display total of positive numbers. Yeah. Then චුට්ටක් අර program එකම තමයි පොඩක් advance කරලා. Numbers දීපු බලයට අපි total එක දෙන්නේ නැහැ. We have to find whether it's a positive value and then only we are going to display the total. Now see, you are taking a number same way. ඉස්සෙල්ලා වගේ. You are checking whether it's equal to 0. No. Then again, here what? Then මෙතන මොකක්ද? මෙතන if condition එක. ඇයි මේක උඩට හරි මෙතනට හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් මේක උඩට හරි එනවද අර එකක්? නෑ. එහෙනම් මෙතන දෙපැත්තට යන එක විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි ඔයාලට පේනවා මෙන්න මේ part එකම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? So whole thing it is repeating. මේ part එක විතරක් ගත්තාම that is a selection. That is a selection. එනම් බලන්න ඒක වැඩ කරන හැටි. You are getting a number, checking whether it's 0, no, greater than 0, yes නම් විතරයි you are going to add that because you are going to add the positive numbers. If it is no, you are not going to add. දැන් මම 0 දුන්නොත් 0 greater than 0ද? නෑ. නැත්නම් 0 එකවත් add වෙන්නේ නැහැ මෙතන, right? එනිසා no පැත්තට ගිහිල්ලා ඒව add වෙන්නේ නැහැ. If it is greater than 0 only it is add. Now look at the pseudo code. Input number while number not equal 0. Again inside that you have a if condition. When if condition while එක ඇතුළේ if එකක්. දැන් එතකොට මේ part එක මොකද්ද? මේ while එක ඇතුළේ තියෙන part එක සම්පූර්ණයෙන් වැඩ කරනවා. මේ part එක if එකයි. But here I haven't put any else part. Else part is not compulsory. Hey, else එකේ මොකුත් වෙනවද? No පැත්තට ගිහිල්ලා nothing will happen. So no need to put else. And if number greater than 0, then you are going to add total. And if else so whatever it is, you have to take the next number. That is why I have taken it outside the if condition. If condition එක ඇතුලේ දාන්න බෑ. If condition එක true වුණත් false වුණත් you have to take the next number. බලන්න. දැන් flow chart එක දිහා බලුවම බලන්න මේ no එකෙන් ආවොත් මෙතනට එනවා. Yes එකෙන් ආවොත් මෙතනට එනවා. So whatever it is, you need to take the next number. That's why I have put input number outside the if condition. එළිය දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඕක ඔය විදිහට යනවා repeat වෙනවා. When you enter 0, it will display the total of positive numbers, right? So this is the basic things that you should know from flowcharts and pseudocodes. Flowchart එකයි pseudocode එකයි මේ ටික අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම දැනගන්නම ඕන, right? එතකොට මම තව දෙයක් කියන්නම් මෙන්න මෙතනදී. So I'm not going to discuss any Pascal thing. අද මම Pascal කිසි දෙයක් කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. But you have to understand flowchart and pseudocode very well. Now, question: if you feel that it is, if I feel okay, it is difficult for me to like do the essay type question, you can just ignore it because out of the 7 question, you have to do only 5 with including first one. But you can't just ignore the MCQs, right? MCQs tika karaganna puluwan me tika ඇත්තටම දන්නවනම් flowchart tika pseudocode එක. Then I will discuss the Pascal later, right? Then other thing is I will tell you some operators, different operators. මෙන්න මේ mode කියන්නේ. හරිද? mode කියන එකෙන් කරන්නේ you are taking the left number and dividing by the right number and giving the remainder. Remainder එක දෙන එක තමයි. 5 mod 2 කියන්නේ remainder is 1. අපි දැම්මොත් 4 mod 2, 4 divided by 2, you don't have any remainder, your remainder will be 0. එතකොට මම ගත්තොත් 10 mod 4, your remainder will be 2. 7 mod 8, 7 can you divide by 8? No, your remainder will be 7. එතකොට mod කියන එකත් ගොඩක් තැන්වල මම දැක්කා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා, right? එතකොට ඔන්න ඔය ටික අනිවාර්යෙන්ම මතක තියෙන්නම ඕන. Okay, we'll go to flowchart and pseudocode questions. Questions ටිකට අපි යමු. Okay, 2019, right? Okay, we'll try to do. අපි බලමු පොඩ්ඩක් try කරමු බලන්න answers ටික හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. පොඩ්ඩක් trace table එකක් දාගන්න. For the variables, unit කියලා variable එකක් තියෙනවා. unit එක විතරයි මම දැන් තියෙනවා amount තියෙනවා. ඒ දෙකත් එක්ක පොඩ්ඩක් try කරන්න බලන්න. So here, when you are getting this kind of question, ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියාගන්න මේ වගේ පොඩි trace table එකක්. එකක් තමයි unit, right? Another one amount. මෙහෙම ලියාගත්තොත් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට වරදින්නේ නැහැ. Believe me, right? Keep faith on me. So try to put like this. Now you try. Then දෙනවා question එකේ consider the following. What would be the output if the value 175 is input, for the variable units. And now you read unit key month, you had to put 175 on them. If unit less than or equal 50 there, no. Else second gear. If unit greater than 50 and less than or equal 150 there, no. එතනට යන්නෙත් නෑ. එහෙමනම් යන්නේ else එකට. else එකට ගියාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? Amount will be 250 plus වාගේ unit ගාන තියෙන 175 minus 150 multiply by 5. ඔන්න ඕක තමයි ඔයාගේ එන calculation එක. So your amount will be දැන් වරහන් ඇතුලේ එනවා 175 minus 150, 25. 25 into 5, you get 125. So your answer will be 375. So fourth answer. Very easily you can find. මේ question එක ලොකුවට තිබුණා කියලා බය වෙන්න එපා. Alright? ඒ වගේ try කරන්න 37 question also. Try to do 37 question. So here also try to write a trace table. Try කරන trace table එක අරගන්න. හරිද? මම නිකන් මම බෝඩ් එකේ ලියන්න. මෙතන මම type කරන්නේ නැතුව terminal කියලා එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. Terminal is -1 කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔන්න මෙහෙම ලියාගන්න. Terminal -1. Then you have another variable num. Num කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. ix කියලා එකක්. ඔය ටිකෙන් තියෙන terminal num x. So what would be the output if a user input the numbers 452 -1 one after the other for the following pseudocode? On a pseudocode එකද දී තමයි අපි යන්නේ. terminal ඔන්න දාගත්ත -1 x එක 0 on x එකත් මම 0 කියලා දැම්මා. Repeat. Display enter number. එහෙනම් enter number කියන message එක පෙන්න. Then get num. Get num means get is another word for input. එහෙනම් number එක. දැන් number එක කියලා දෙන්නේ. O කියන එක යා දෙන්න. If number greater than x, now x is 0. Where did the x වලට වඩා? O. X equal num. දැන් x එකට කීයක් දාගන්න? Num. That means 4 will be put there. Until num equal terminal. Num එක terminal එකට සමානද? සමානද? නැහැ. So I told you it repeat until what is happening. Your condition true නම් තමයි exit වෙන්නේ. Is this condition true? නැහැ. මෙයා ආපහු යනවා. උඩට යනවා. Get num. Sorry, display enter number කියලා පෙන්නනවා. Get num. එයා දැන් දෙන්නේ කීයද? 5. Number will be 5. If number greater than x, now x is 4, now 5 is greater than x. So x equal num. Now x become 5. X become 5. Is num equal terminal? No. I would enter number, get number. So you are getting number called 2. 2, is it greater than x? No, nothing will happen. I would get number in a number -1. When you do the -1 greater than x, then x again end if until num equal terminal. On man then make what a share in num equal terminal. On exit to and display x. The x will be 5. So your answer will be 5. The maybe the Riagato Kissimo Varadinian. Right? Experience again can go back lamai. Amaru can the school Lama can make a Monte. So my solution is write each and every time. You go line by line. And if you need to write something, you write that variable, whatever the variable, changing value. One by one line, this is called trace table. Definitely you will get the output without any code. So to make Rame Anivarenma Anugamane Karan, try to follow this method. And then this is 37, also fourth answer. Okay, try to do 39. 39 එකත් බලන්න. අර ක්‍රමයේම try කරන්න. So you can send the answer through the chat message එකෙන් ඕනනම් දාන්න මට. Okay, so here I got some answers. So how to do that? So here you have 3 different variables. So I'm writing these variables A, B, and C, right? Now, according to the question, if A greater than B, like that, it is there. But I am reading the other part. If the value input for the variable A, B, C are 50, 30, and 70, they have given the values. Now we'll put the values now. Read A, B, C means you are taking. Read, input, get, all are same. I told you, right? So A means 50, B is 30, and C is 70. You have to put the values like this. Now we'll go line by line. You have another variable called value that is 0 at the beginning. Line by line. Then check if A greater than B. Now A, what do you have? 50. B, what do you have? 30. Is it greater than? Yes. Loop if condition it is not a else if, it is if. Again you have to check. If A greater than B, okay. Again, if A greater than C, A ka C එකටත් වඩා වැඩිද? වැඩිද නෑ. 50A, C is 70. වැඩිද නෑ. එහෙනම් else part එකට යනවා. Value equal C. ඒතර value එකට දැන් දාගන්න කීයද? C. C එකේ තියෙන value කීයද? 70. End if වෙනවා. End if display value. Now what will be the output here? 70. Very easily you can find out. Right? So 70 is your answer. Okay, we'll go to the other part. So this is from the 2019 structure part. Try to find out the answer. Following flowchart is used to input marks of 3 subjects. Then it calculate and display the average of those marks. and the pass-fail state. To be considered for a pass, the average should be greater than or equal to 40. Pass වෙන්න නම් average එක 40 වලට වැඩි වෙන්න හෝ equal වෙන්න ඕන. Identify the correct statement for each of the PQR is in the flowchart from the table given below. Write down each label and its matching statement number. So you have to write only the number. Okay, there also I got answer. Thank you, Pute. We'll see, right? Now you are getting all these three values, no? Input M1, M2, M3, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3. Now here you have to find out the average, no? So it should be 1. And I'm P එක 1 වෙන්න ඕනේ. You are finding the average. Then what? You are displaying the average scale average එක පෙන්නනවා. Now see, average is inside the inverted comma, but this average word, no inverted comma. Why is that? It is showing what is inside the variable name called average. Average එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන value එකයි මෙතනදි පෙන්නන්නේ. inside එක invert comma දාලා නැහැ. පේනවනේ මම කියපු දේ. හරි. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? Now you have to check whether it is greater than or less than. So according to the question, it is given ඔයා බලන්නේ average එක less than 40 ද කියලා. එහෙනම් that is the condition. Condition එක මෙතනට එනවා. Right? එතකොට Q should be 4. Then R should be what? S should be what? Now you are checking average less than 40. Average එක 40ට වඩා අඩුද? එහෙනම් ES පැත්තට යන්න ඕනේ කවුද? Fail එකකින. Hey, if it is average, now you are checking not the average greater than 40. Less than 40, ඒ කියන්නේ 39. 40 එන්නේ නැහැ ඔකට. 40 is less than 40 the no. එතකොට එයා no side එකට යන්නේ. But less than 40 ඔක්කොම yes side එකට යන්නේ. So if it is yes, you have to display fail. එහෙනම් මේ S එක should be fail and R should be pass. R එක නම් pass 3. එතකොට numbers දාන්න ඕනේ. P එක 1, Q එක 4, R එක 3, S එක 2. ඔය විදිහට දාන්න. So very easily you can find get these marks. Yeah, ලේසියෙන්ම ගන්න පුළුවන් marks ටික. We'll go to 2020 question. ඔකත් ඔය විදිහට අපි try කරමු. You have MCQs. When you are taking the MCQ, try to write that trace table part. මම උදව්වක් විදිහට ඔයගලන්ට කියන්නම්. ඔයගලා ලියා ගන්න sum එක තියෙනවා මේකේ. count එක තියෙනවා. තව මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? sum එකයි count එකයි. ඔය එච්චරයි තියෙන්නේ. Only 2. ඔය දෙකත් එක්කයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. හරි. try. Okay, we'll see. So at the beginning, සම් එක ඔන්න මම දැම්මා 0 පටන් ගනින්. Count is 5. Repeat. Repeat kara. Sum equal sum plus count into count. Count take a 5. 5 into 5, 25 plus sum is 0. Now alu sum එක එහා දාගන්නවා 25. Count equal count minus 1. Count එක දැන් කීයද? එකක් අඩු වුණා 4. Until count greater than 0. Now උතන ළමයි වරද්දන් තැනක්. Now you have repeat until. Repeat until working when the condition false. When the condition is true, it will exceed. Then until count greater than 0. Count is what? 4. Is it greater than 0? Yes. So your condition is true. It will exit from the loop and it will show 25 as the answer. ඔන්න පළවෙනි එක ලියන්න දෙයක්වත් නැහැ. පළවෙනි සැරෙන්ම සමහර ළමයි මේක වැඩි කර කර මේවා කර කර බලනවා. මොකද they don't know the basic thing. Repeat until condition true නම් ආයි out වෙනවා, එළියට යනවා. While loop condition true නම් වැඩ කරනවා. ඔන්න ඔය simple basic theory එක දන්නවනම් easily you can find out the answer. අපි බලමු 39. 39 එකත් බලමු. So 39. What would be the output, the given flowchart, if 5 is given as input num? ඒකෙත් අපි දාගමු අර වගේ. num එක තියෙනවා. Count is there. Answer AANS is there. ඔය ටිකෙන් තියෙන්නේ. ඔච්චරයි. Read num. එයා කියනවා 5 will be given as the input. 5 එක දෙනවා. So count is what? At the beginning 1. Answer will be 1. Answer equal answer into count. Answer කයා දාගන්නවා. Answer into count 1 කියලා දාගන්න. Is count less than num? Count එක අඩුයිද num එකට වඩා? ඔව්නේ. Count එක අඩුයි num එකට වඩා because count you have 1, num is 5. එන අඩුයි. Yes side. Count equal count plus 1. Count become 2. ඔන්න එකක් වැඩුණා count එක 2 වෙනවා. උඩට එනවා. Answer equal answer into count. එහෙනම් දෙවරක් එක you get 2 as the answer. ආයි එනවා. Count less than num, yes. Add වෙනවා 3. Multiply 6 වෙනවා. ආයි එනවා. අඩුයි යෝ. Count එකට add වෙනවා එකක් 4 වෙනවා. This become 24. Right? Is it 4 කියන එක less than the num එකට වඩා? Now num is 5. Count is 4. Less than, yes. Count එකට එකක් add වෙනවා. Count is 5. Answer is 5 into 24, 120. Then මෙතනට එනවා. Is count less than num? Count also 5. Num also 5. So count less than 5. 5 එකට වඩා අඩුයිද? නෑ. සමානයි. හැබැයි අඩු නෑ. එහෙනම් එයා no side එකට යනවා. Print answer. So your answer will be 128. ඔන්න හොයාගත්ත විදිහ. කිසිම වෙලාවක වරදින්නේ නැහැ. Right? Okay, we'll go to the 40th question. Okay, we'll see that one also. Number only number is the variable I have. Very lazy. What would be the output for following pseudocode? Number on the patangadi at the beginning 12. While number greater than 5 the yes. If number greater than or equal 10, number divided by number equal number divided by 2. That means number become now number greater than 5 because my number is 12. While number greater than 5 years greater than 5 and I told you while loop again you have if condition if number greater than or equal 10 only the height order when number equal number divided by 2 number becomes 6 while loop now you have 6 greater than 5 there 6 greater than 5 it is coming inside the while loop if number greater than or equal 10 there on else part number equal number plus 4 now number become 10 on a 10 I would 10 greater than 5 only yes again it is coming inside the while loop. If number greater than or equal it is not greater than but it is equal to 10 number equal number divided by 2 you get 5 on the method I 5 while loop 5 greater than 5 there on it will exit from the while loop it will exit from the while loop on the display number so what is the number final value is 5 first answer right okay so there also you had structure part balam try karama ekak I'm getting answers from several students. Thanks for your contribution. Then I can understand you are okay with this stuff. You are giving correct answers. So anyone can try your answers. Don't worry. Now here, consider the following pseudocode segment with blank space labeled A to C, which calculate and display the sum of odd numbers between 0 and 10. Write down the suitable expression from A, B, and C in the label expression format. So sum is given 0, num equal 1. So while condition is there, sum condition is there, num condition is there. Num statement is there, right? Now here what you have to do, sum of odd number. So what are the sum of odd number between 0 to 10? 1 plus, 3 plus, 5 plus, like that it goes up to 9. What are you going to add when on 5 plus, 7 plus, 9. What you can do now, you get the total of odd numbers. So it should go up to 10. So your condition should be while your num is the controlling part, less than or equal 10 less than 10 less than or equal 9. So any answer you got the marks, right? Then sum sum should be what? Sum plus num. Num sum num so num should be what? C now after adding 1 it should be at 3, it should be at 5 ohm. So you can see, understand your numbers are adding 2 by 2. Num equal num plus 2. Num 2 1 3 it become 5, become 7, become 9. So this is the answer you should put. Okay, we'll go to 2021 question, last year questions. Okay, first you try to do MCQ. There are 4 MCQs. I'll show these 3. So first question is very easy. Which of the following control structure can be used in algorithm? Now we have discussed them at the beginning. Sequence, selection, and repetition. All three are lazy. What will be the display as the output as a given flow chart? So you try to write down this trace table AB. A equal 1, B equal 1 at the beginning. Then what? B equal B into A. Make a command. Is A greater than 2 the? No. A equal A plus 2. A become 3. 1 plus 2, 3. Then B equal B into A. The B ek 1, A ek 3. You get B is 3. Is A greater than 2? Yes. Output B. So your answer will be 3. Then 35. If the label yes and no are interchange, මේ දෙක වෙනස් කරනවා. මේක දානවා yes කියලා. මේක දානවා no කියලා. What will be the display as its output? මොනවද display කරන්න output? ඔන්න මම I ලියන්නම්කෝ ඒක. A and B. ඔන්න මම A B I ලියනවා. ඔයගලන්ට තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන නිසා. 1 B එකත් 1. B equal B into A 1. Is A greater than 2? Is A greater than 2? A 1. Greater than the 2 වලට වඩා? No. No පැත්තට යන්න. එහෙනම් පල්ලෙහාට යනවා. Output B. ඉවර වෙනවා. එහෙනම් B කියන්නේ කීයද? 1. So 1 will be display as the output. එහෙනම් මෙන්න මේක තමයි ඒකේ answer එක. මම කිව්වේ ඒක අර ලිව්වහම අපිට මේක හරිය ලේසියෙන් තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන්. 36. How many times will the statement count equal count minus 3 execute in the following code segment? Code segment is given. එහෙනම් මම මේකෙත් අපි අරකම තමයි කරන්නේ අපි ඈ. We are using the trace table part. Count 12. ඔන්න ඇතුළට එනවා. While count greater than or equal 3 the වැඩි. එහෙනම් count equal count minus 1 9. ඔන්න this is the first time. මේ 9 තමයි first time that executed inside the while. පළවෙනි සැරේ ඔන්න 9 හැදිනේ පළවෙනි සැරේ. උඩට යනවා. greater than or equal 3 the yes. අඩු වෙනවා 3ක් 6 වෙනවා. ඔන්න දෙවෙනි සැරේත් ගියා. උඩට යනවා. greater than 6 greater than or equal 3 3 හැදෙනවා. ඔන්න තුන්වෙනි සැරේත් ගියා. 3 greater than or equal 3 the not greater than but it is equal. එහෙනම් 0th හැදෙනවා. So how many times it is repeating? 9 6 3 0. ඔය හතරම හැදෙන්නේ inside the while loop. So you get 4 times. That is second answer. Second answer. Okay, we'll go to the next part. Last part of today's session. Find out okay, there the following algorithm is used to select players from rugby pool. The selection is done based on height, weight, and age of player. ඔන්න බලනවා if age greater than or equal 21 and height. දැන් මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙන O එකක් ඔන්න බලා ගන්න. මෙතන O එකක්, මෙතන and එකක්. That means this condition should be satisfied. Either one of these two. මේ දෙක එකක් හරි satisfy වුණොත් you are qualified for the pool. Otherwise, you are not qualified for the pool. Write down the names of all players who are qualified for the pool. කවුද මේකට එන්නේ? බලමු අපි නිර්මාල් වෙනවද කියලා. නිර්මාල් greater than or equal to 21 හරි. height එක 160ට වඩා වැඩිද? නෑ. weight greater than or equal 70 oh. අන්න හරිනේ එහෙනම්. One, this condition is true and out of these two is one is condition true. O gate කියලා මතක තියාගන්න. O එක out of one true now your output will be 1. So Nirmal will be selected. බලමු Rajiv. Rajiv, is he greater than 21 age? Yes. Is it height greater than or equal 60? 160? Yes. Is weight greater than or equal 70? Yes. ඔක්කොම යාගේ. Then he also select. Rajiv also select. Salim Balam greater than 21 years. Height greater than or equal 660? No. Weight greater than or equal 70? No. Is he selected? No. Only Nimal and Rajiv. Nimal and Rajiv. Right? So I think it is now you can you should feel that right? You should feel it is very easy part. So next day we are going to discuss Pascal. Other thing is now I want you to tell now if you wherever you learn, right? After finishing one lesson, try to take some past paper questions, right? ඒක තමයි ඔයගලන්ට හොඳම විදිය whether you have learned it properly or not. කියලා බලා ගන්න හොඳම විදිය තමයි you after finishing each lesson. This is not for only for the ICT. Any subject, whatever you are learning, any subject, you can after finishing one lesson, you take past paper questions, several questions, and try them out whether you can manage them. If you can manage them, you have learned it properly. Otherwise, you haven't, right? Okay. So next day I am going to discuss Pascal part with this flowchart and pseudocode. So thank you very much and have a nice day.